Hi there. In the previous video, we talked about the main method, the variables, and data types, and also the concatenation of a string and a variable. So what we're talking about in this video are the Java operators. So let's start with the first operator, which is categorized as arithmetic operators. So basically, we have 5 types of arithmetic operators that we can use in Java programming. And those are the basics: the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the modulus. I will assume that you already know the addition up to the division, and we'll proceed with the modulus operator. So right here we have an integer x, which is initialized or equal to 9, and y is equal to 3. So first, let's try to give you an example of how to add these two, and that will be x plus y. So let's start with compiling this and running it. And there we have 12, which means 9 plus 3 equals 12. And if we want to add again a string about it, we'll use x and x plus y is equal to, and we'll add this as is, which means we're adding it as a number, as an integer. That's why we have x plus y is equal to 12. So let's go to the modulus. So what does modulus do? If we change this plus signs to our modulus symbol, let's try to run it. There we have it. X modulus y is equal to 0. So what does this basically do? When we divide this, I'll just comment this out, x divided by y is equal to 3, and then remainder is, both, we have to remember that remainder is 0. That's why our modulus is 0. Always remember that the modulus is the remainder when we divide this 2. So another example is 4 and 2. So x modulus y is 2, and again the remainder should be 0. And there we have it. What if we have a remainder of 1? In this given example, x and y are x is 5 and y is 2, and when we get the modulus of these two, it should be 1. So x modulus y is equal to 1. So where can this be helpful? Where can we actually use these operators? For example, I will be asking you to know or to identify if a number is divisible by a certain number. For example, is 9 divisible by 3? So for us to be able to say that a number is divisible by a certain number, the remainder should be 0. So in this example, x is 9 and y is 3, and 9 divided by 3 is 3, and the remainder is 0, and that's the time that we can actually say that it is divisible by 3. So when we say that 9 divided by 2 is divisible by 2, if we have a remainder, that is not divisible by 2. Okay, so that's it, which is all about the arithmetic operators. Again, you can just change this symbol, this one here, to the addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division symbols to do the same. And there is actually one more way of doing this. If you don't want to put your code here, you can actually put it inside a another variable. So for example, we have sum here, and then let's equal to x plus y, and then let's just add our sum here. So there we have it. And if we want to actually put our x here plus y. In this given example, I'm actually getting the value of y. Remember, I don't have quotations here, that's why I'm actually getting the value of y and then printing this as is and getting the value of y here. Rather, I'm getting the value of x and then the plus symbol and the value of y and their sum. So let's try this one. And here we have it. 9 plus 2 is 11. So let's just give it another space over here. Is equal to 11. Then run it. 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. So there we have it. I hope that you already mastered the concatenation so that you'll be able to do this as well. And of course, the arithmetic operators. Just try to do this and you're good to go. So now let's proceed to our assignment operators. So one of the most basic assignment operator is the equal sign, and this one is an example of the usage of an assignment operator. So that's the most basic one, which is equals. That means we are giving this left operand the value which is on the right operand. So we'll just be tackling this one of this, and they're all the same. So now let's proceed to our next assignment operator, which is plus equal sign. So when we say that x plus equals y, this actually means x is equal to x plus y. So it's the same with the minus equals, divide equals, and then multiplication and then equals. So they're all the same. If we will actually expand this one, x minus equals y, it will be the same with this one, and so on and so forth. So let's give it an example. So for example, int a is equal to x plus equals y. Our sum will be, or our a will still be 11, because that means that x is equal to x plus y, and which gives us x is equal to 9 plus 2. Okay, so let's give it another example, and this time a is equal to x plus 5 plus equals 5. So let's try to run this. Let's just first try to analyze it. X is equal to x plus 5. So if we're going to get the value of x, x is equals to 9 plus 5, which is also equal to, so let's try to save it, then compile and run. There we have it. So always remember, it's all the same theory and application and structure when it comes to other operators. So now we have learned about the arithmetic and assignment operators, so let's proceed with our relational operators. So we have here some relational operators, the equal to, let's just equal to, greater than, the less than, greater than or equal, and less than or equal. Okay, so in this operators, we're actually comparing the two operands, the left and right operand. So for example, int a is equal to, okay, we'll actually get a boolean here. That's why we'll give this a data type of boolean. So boolean a is equal to x is less than y. So let's try to take a look at the output of this one. So our boolean, this boolean type of data type will actually give us just two outputs, which is either true or false. So let's try first to analyze this. X is less than y, so 9 is less than 2. Is it true or false? Which gives us the false value for our boolean a. Okay, so it's all, the usage is all the same. Let's try to compare if x and y is equal using the equal to symbol. There we have it. And if it is true, it will actually give us true here if we'll compare it as x is greater than y. There we have it. So that's our relational operators. We may try using this all, greater than or equal, and try comparing 9 and 9 by using less than or equal and greater than or equal. So I will not run this right now. Just try it yourself. Okay, so now let's go to our logical operators. And logical operators are what we use to compare, or it will also give us a boolean data type, and we will actually be comparing two operands, two or more operands also, and this will, so let's have an example of the usage of a logical operators. So let's deal first with the AND operator. So we have, for example, we'll just give it a static value of true, and let's try using AND operators and then true. So true and true is actually equal to true. So let's take a look at that. So there we have it. True and true is true. So let's try true and false. That is equals to false. So what does the AND operator means, or what does it? Okay, so now let's go to our logical operators. So we'll be tackling about 4 different logical operators, namely the AND operator, or XOR, or the exclusive OR, and the NOT operators, and these are their respective symbols. So for the AND we have 2 ampersand. For the OR we have 2 pipes, the one above the backslash, and the XOR we have a caret, and for the NOT we have the exclamation mark. So I have here what we call truth table, the truth table for our logical operators. So let's start with our given, which is the A and B operand, and we have first the true, 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 false, true, true, and false, and false. And for the B operand we have true, false, true, false. So we have here for the AND operator we have this symbol, and let's read this as A and B. So when we say A and B, true and true is true. Okay? Why is that? Because the AND operator will be true if and only if all the operands are true. So if we are going to add another one here, which is C, and that is true, we'll change this given to and C, that will still be true. Okay, so for the second one, which is true and false, let's say A and B, and that is true and false, that will give us false. Remember, only one false operand, and our evaluation for the AND operator will be false. So that's false and true is false, false and false is false. If we say we have another operand here, which is C, and that will be true, false, true, false, and let's evaluate it as and C. True, true, and true is true. True, false, false is false. And even if you have two true operands here and one false, that will still be false. And of course, these are all false. That's why it will be false. And for the operator, what's the difference between the OR operator and the AND operator? For the AND operator, again, all operands should be true. But in OR operator, if there is one true, the whole evaluation for that statement will be true. Okay, let's try this one. Remember, we're just evaluating A or B. Okay, so disregard this first. So true or true is true. True or false, remember there is one true operand, that's why our evaluation is true, and false and true is true, and false or false is false. Okay, so what if we will add here another operand, which is C, so A or B or C. So let's try to evaluate it. True or true or true is true. True or false will give us true, still true because of this one true operand here, which is A. And for this one, it will also give us true, and for the false, it will give us false. So for the exclusive OR, it's a little bit tricky because somewhat it's not and it is or, but in a different way. Okay, so let's try to evaluate this one. So A exclusive or B. So true exclusive or true is false. Why is that so? The exclusive OR becomes true if and only if there is just one operand that is true. So true exclusive X or true is false, and true X or false is true because it has one true operand. So same with the false X or true and the false, and X or false is false. So what if we are going to give another operand here, which is C? So let's try to evaluate it. True, 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 that gives us false. True, false, false, that gives us still true because of this operand. Remember, just one true operand. And this one, false, true, true, will give us false because it has two true operands. So for the fourth one, false, 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 and that will give us false. Okay, so for the next one, which is the not operand, not A means we actually have a different truth table for that, which is as simple as true, true, and false. So not true is false and not false is true. So it's just the opposite of the one. So in this one, the not A, not true is false, not true is false, and not false is true. Okay, so can we actually combine two or more logical operators in one expression? For example, like this one. And what will be the output? So for this one, I want you to try it, and I'll be giving there is an assignment below the link for this video, and please try to understand it very well and send me your answers. Okay, so hope you learn about our Java operators. Again, we have 4 types of Java operators, namely the arithmetic operators, that's addition, subtraction, and others, and assignment operators, equal, plus, equals, and the relational operators which we use to compare operands. Is it less than, greater than, or equal? And last is the logical operators, which gives us also a Boolean data type where we compare statements or the expressions that we are actually evaluating. So now for the application or example of using this relational and logical operators together, let's have this one. X is less than or equal to 9 or to y. And let's evaluate it as AND operator. X is equal to y. So let's try if what will be the value for our A. Okay, so right now I want you to think about it. Is it true or false? So let's just compile it, then run it. It gave us true evaluation. So let's try to analyze this. How come that it is true? So for this example, X is 9 and we are evaluating if it is less than or equal to 9, right? X is 9 and Y is 9. And we have here the AND operator. That means all operands should actually be true, and we're evaluating if 9 is equal to 9. Obviously these two operands gives us true and true. That's why it is the output is true. So how about if we add another one here, which is still AND operator, and X is greater than Y. So what do you think will be the output? It became false because we have one operand here, the one that we have added as false. Okay, so hope you got it, and please try to combine this and try to study it deeper and try other examples together with your assignment. Okay, so see you next time and enjoy coding.